The Dark World of Randonautica by Nick Crowley.
I just wanted to take a minute to give you a tutorial on how to use the Randonautica app.
Seattle police put up crime scenes to investigate the discovery of...
That was Seattle,
So
wasn't
head
it?
out with an open mind and wide eyes and travel into the world you never knew existed. Happy randonauting.
Yeah.
June 19th, 2020. It started off as an ordinary day for a group of teenagers in Seattle, Washington. As the temperatures rose into the 80s, the teens decided to get out of the house and go on an adventure that led them to Alki Beach in West Seattle. Within the group was TikTok user Ugg Henry, who would record the events that unfolded that day, as he had done many times before. Only this time, the events he would witness and record would change his life forever.
I think I've heard of this one specifically. I think this was the suitcase one, right?
Eventually, they had made their way over to Alki Beach Pier, a fairly popular tourist spot in the area, which was surrounded by large rocks on either side of the shore. The water was calm, and the tides had retreated, which revealed something strange to the group. A lone, black suitcase lying flat amongst the rocks. There's no telling how many people had noticed it too, on their walks onto the pier, and simply walked by. But for Henry, the mysterious suitcase was prime content for his video, and so he decided to hop over the barrier onto the large rocks and record his friend opening the suitcase.
I mean, it's one of those things that we passively look at, right? And it's like, okay, yeah, it's just litter. It's just, whatever, right? How many times have we walked by empty soda cups, bags from fast food places crumpled and thrown? I mean, it's kind of one of those things where it's just kind of like, yeah, this is just existing. And I'm sure that people have seen like abandoned milk crates and stuff. So, but seeing a suitcase like this, I mean, like inherently in hindsight, we go, yeah, I should probably get the police involved or something like that. Especially after the OKC incident, I think it was in the 90s, which I completely hadn't heard of until somebody was like, wait, you don't know enough about this? I'm like, yeah, I don't know jack about the OKC incident. To which someone explained it to me. I'm like, oh my God, yeah, no, that makes sense in shaping a lot of policy going forward. Actually, that's kind of wild. I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. Maybe it's just the circles I'm in, but I don't know. It's interesting because we look at this and in hindsight, we can be like, well, they should have called this into the police, and reasonably as well, like they shouldn't have touched it. But like at the same time, if they didn't touch it and then get police involved, what would the evidence have come to light in regards to what actually happened?
I don't know.
Oh, wait, open it.
We were like, we're gonna find it.
Open it.
It was sweet.
It stinks, y'all.
It washed off. It's
Oh.
Huh. It stinks. You immediately see something that looks like a bag. Cool. Yeah. No. Get the police.
Oh. Oh.
Immediately after the suitcase was opened, a harsh smell filled the air, with each member of the group complaining about the strong stench. Along with this, inside the suitcase was yet another bag, and though they couldn't see through it, they had their suspicions on what it could be, with their two guesses being either spoiled food or a body. And according to the video that Henry would later post, their second guess turned out to be correct.
Look, so at minimum, at least they pushed it open with a stick. At least they did that. And at least they did call law enforcement. I do have to give them credit for that. Like let's be honest, let's be fair and objective about this. They did call it in.
Now, upon watching this video for the first time, I immediately questioned how real it actually was, especially when I saw that it was captioned with the hashtag murder. But with only the slightest bit of digging, I quickly realized that this video was in fact very real.
Now, it is back there across this popular recreation path on those rocks where police recovered human remains on Friday.
That day, police would discover that within the suitcase were the remains of an unidentified murder victim, a victim who had been cut up into pieces, put inside multiple bags, and thrown into the water, with search teams eventually finding other bags in the area that included human remains.
Wild.
As of now, it's not currently confirmed whether these remains are all from the same person or from multiple others.
When was this video made? I think the case has been solved since this video.
But it seems that the assumption as of now is that this is just one victim. This group had literally stumbled upon a cut-up corpse, and they had recorded the entire thing. The teens would later report that it took cops over 3 hours to get to the scene, and in the meantime, the water had rose and lifted up the suitcase, revealing some of its contents.
Oh, bro.
They didn't go into detail as to what exactly they saw, as it was too disturbing to discuss, but it certainly leaves a lot to the imagination. It was a gruesome discovery, and one that would likely haunt these teenagers forever, especially once the virality of this story dies down. But there's one more strange detail of this case, one that will be the focus of the remainder of this video. When these teenagers went out for their summer adventure, it wasn't them who decided to head to that specific location. As it turns out, they were sent there. At the beginning of the video, a caption appears on the screen saying, "Randonaut sent us to this part of the beach, and we found this black suitcase." It was something that I didn't focus on at first, and it's easy to gloss over considering how shocking the rest of the video is. But this detail turns out to be extremely important. It makes this case even more insane.
I mean, honestly, that's something that changes you. Let's be real. That's something that the smell stays with you. It is, for all intents and purposes, a traumatic incident. I think that the big criticism does come to, why did it take the police 3 hours? The way I understand it, I feel like that's a very Portland, Oregon problem, allegedly, potentially. I hear that similar things kind of have happened in that area, but obviously Washington is its own state north of it. I'd have to really dive into the culture there. I mean, there's a number of factors that go into play there, as well as if there's some serious crimes taking place versus, we found this suitcase. We think there might be a thing here. We don't really know though. Is that going to be on their priority in terms of 911 calls? Right? Probably not. It also depends on staffing and a number of other issues. I don't know. I would let law enforcement personnel and those who are much more intelligent than me really discuss the morals and ethics and the acceptability of the 3 hour wait.
Past few months, an app called Randonautica has been going viral due to its unique premise. Apparently, the app uses quantum number generators to give the user a random set of coordinates so you can travel to a brand new spot, which is always somewhere near your current location. But according to its creators, it's much more than this. They believe that our thoughts and our minds can control the environment around us. When using the app, they ask for your intentions before the trip, and it's said that when you visit these random locations, your mind manifests these intentions into real-world coincidences within your environment.
I mean, to be fair, it's good marketing, right? At minimum, it's good marketing.
It's a bit confusing, but supposedly, the app puts you in a place you normally would never be in, to break you out of your supposed simulation. And doing this allows you to
Buzzword.
manifest something that you've been looking for. And normally this comes in the form of some sort of unexplainable coincidence. So for example, if you are looking for peace, then the app might lead you to a peaceful spot. The premise is interesting, and truthfully it seems very far-fetched. But as strange as it all sounds, the app has produced results that are even stranger, with our initial story being the darkest example. According to Ugg Henry, he and his friends had been using the app the morning of June 19th, and the coordinates it gave them landed directly where the suitcase had been found. The odds of that happening are astronomical, and at the very least, it's a very strange coincidence.
And that's if we're assuming it's a coincidence, because I think some of the discussion around this has been, has there been ways for people to, say, submit coordinates? So what happens if somebody walks across the suitcase and somebody, say, I don't know, is able to upload the coordinates, submit the coordinates, weight the coordinates, right? Like, is there an external force that could be used in this rather than just, quantum computing, manifesting, whatever, right? That becomes the issue, or that becomes the question, I guess.
But it's far from the only one.
Dude, what is this? It's people, right? It's flashlights, right? Why are they not talking to us when we're...
That is a situation in which you need to, I would honestly say, keep the camera rolling, actually. That is clearly people in some capacity advancing towards you. No, there are so many red flags about this.
Yelling hello. Just don't...
Because I think it's a cold.
Leave.
Leave?
Yes, go.
I just went randonauting, and our intention was death.
Okay, let's think about this for a second. Let's think about this. Let's take in this concept. Let's acknowledge it, and let's critically think about this. Why? To that entire line of logic, that preface. Why? Why would you? Just making sure we're all on the same page here.
We were on our way to the spot, and I look out my window, and there's someone laying in the gutter with their wife literally, on them, holding them. And so I parked and got out, and he got shot. And Darius he wrapped his jacket around the wound. And then the cops came, and we got questioned, and I just had to leave.
I find this house, and I'm like, what the fuck time vortex or alternate dimension did I go into? Because A, none of this was on my way to my destination. B, I've lived in this area my whole life, and I've never seen this. Okay, now look, are those birds? Not like real birds, but are those like fake birds?
People have reported that the app led them to murder scenes, paranormal hotspots, and places that simply shouldn't even exist. And all these findings have made me wonder if there really is any truth to this app.
I would bite. You kidding me? I would bite on this. The issue is I do not have the people to do this with, because obviously safety in numbers, obviously making sure you're doing things by the book, specialty I don't have. I would do something like this. I would attempt this. I would at minimum love to, verify the results myself, right? Get the boys together and figure out what happens, right? I think it'd be interesting. Obviously making sure you take all the proper precautions and stuff. But that's the thing, is when there's so many coincidences like this, because the app is saying, hi, you should go here. I mean, there is that plausible deniability, nor am I accusing Randonautica of facilitating and distributing information that leads to things, right? It's mostly, what do you do with the information?
Okay, so over the past few days, I have been reading up on this, and I actually found a lot of warnings from people online who are basically saying, don't try this, it's dangerous. One of them reads, be cautious. You are dabbling in quantum manipulation, destined to cause unnatural shifts in the space-time continuum.
I like your funny buzzwords, Magic Man.
Basically, you are opening doors you cannot close. Be careful what you wish for. The universe will grant your every wish, but not as you intend it to be. So people are really out here taking this stuff seriously. And I think for me, it's creepy, but at the same time, I can't bring myself to totally believe that an app could have this kind of power. And I'm just really skeptical about the whole thing, because when you see these crazy coincidences that people have been having, for a lot of them, it's impossible to prove if they're real or not. But the ones that have been proven are just so weird. They're so strange. It seems impossible. But I feel like the only way for me to ever believe in something like this would be to experience an unexplainable coincidence for myself.
I agree. I'd do it.
Hello, my fellow Randonauter.
Hi.
Are you ready for our big adventure?
Nope.
I have the Randonaut app open now.
I love this. Hey, cool, we have these allegations and these things. All right, guess we're trying it.
Location. All right, focus on your intent. What's our intent? What should it be?
Blood over intent.
Okay, no, let's do blood. Let's do blood.
Blood?
No, it has to be something fun. Let's do happiness. Let's look for some happiness. I feel like we could use that, you know?
Got good.
All right, point generated. So it gave me 2 points that we can go to. It's a 44-minute walk. Do you want to walk, buddy?
No.
I feel like I'm back in the old days of this channel, where I would review ghost hunting apps and different apps like that. Oh,
Back in the good old days when I wasn't part
Dude, that's wild.
of your life.
Got him.
It really was the good old days.
Our destination's on the left? Wow.
I'm really not seeing anything here, buddy.
Yes, that is a very red house.
I don't even like the exterior of these houses.
Right here is where our happiness lies. It looks pretty beautiful, but I'm not seeing anything. So basically, what happened there is it took us to somebody's house. So we couldn't really go on and explore.
Right.
So it's off to our next point. And
Wow, the thing that actual modern like nuisance streamers and influencers can't actually grasp. They see thing and they go, yeah, that makes sense. We can't really go in someone's house. Versus some IRL nuisance streamer just like Lamau, let me go like, I don't know, twerk on their front lawn and like dance on their like fountain or something. Just yeah, this is 4 or 5 years since this video came out, and we've come a ways.
if we don't find anything there, then we might have to file a lawsuit.
Got him.
Okay, we are making our turn onto our second spot here. This is our last chance for happiness. Maybe ever, honestly. I see police sirens. You see that? Alright, wait, we have to investigate this. Or is he coming my way?
No, he's coming our way.
He looks like, oh my god.
No, he's coming our way.
Nice.
Yo, it stopped. What the hell?
What?
It just, they're getting out. Just stop. Oh, there's another ambulance. What the f? Okay, so.
Okay, this is exactly where it's said to be. This is the exact location of where that house is, right there.
How?
I mean, that is some really big coincidence, to be fair.
Nick.
No. This could be bad. Because I don't know what's happening.
Oh, okay, I don't want to record because it looks like they're getting out the stretcher and stuff. Like, there's no way we could have even faked that.
Okay, no, seriously, this is, I'm not even joking. That is so,
Nick.
I hope everyone's okay. Holy shit.
I'm actually shaking. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm actually shaking.
Look, another one's coming.
What?
Another ambulance.
Wow.
Oh my
That's
god.
a pile up.
They're turning down.
Where is he going? We gotta follow him.
Okay.
Because that's the street it told us to turn down. Okay, this is weird. This is seriously so weird, dude.
Then your destination will be on the left.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is.
Wait, put it up.
It is literally right where they are going, and I don't get like this.
I'm actually scared. Like,
so okay, but hold on, because I'm trying. I don't. The irony that I hear sirens wailing on the street near me. That's actually hilarious, though. Hope someone's okay. Okay, let's think about this though, because what was it? A block or two over, there were other ambulances bringing out some stuff, right? They were bringing out the stretchers. They were clearly setting up there, right? But now we have another set going to here, right? Which is still in the same area, right? Depending on what the emergency is, I don't see any fire trucks. I mean, I guess we have to rule out something like carbon monoxide, fire, at least inherently for now, or maybe the fire trucks are still delayed. Like, it's not out of the question for... And this is the inner skeptic and the inner critic in me, right? It's not out of the question for something to be related here by complete freak happenstance. It's not out of the question. Is this definitely strange? Yes, I would argue that it is definitely strange. I would argue that this is one heck of a coincidence. But, I mean, I have no reason to distrust this creator's platform, no reason to distrust their image. I think it would do more damage than good for a creator that is currently at almost 3 million subscribers to try to fake something like this. I don't see it being a thing, personally. Call me, a dingus, if you will. That is definitely strange, though.
Look, these people are looking at us, so maybe we should...
You need to leave. For respect's sake,
The pinpoint that it gave us was right in between two houses, and there's ambulances out front of both. And our pinpoint was right in the middle of both of them. It just... When I was watching these videos, I kept thinking, oh, this shit looks so fake. Like, there's no way that actually happened. And now, I feel like this is going to be one of those videos. It's too crazy of a coincidence to be real. That's how I feel.
But the thing is, how do you even fake, look at that, there's another one coming.
And that's the thing, so the question becomes, how do you fake this, right? Like let's put on the super skeptic hat for a second, right? How do you fake that? How do you call, state government personnel, state government employees to be able to, hi, did you say, hi, I'm doing a Randonautica video, I need ambulances to show up between 2 points, right? Like, even if you had, Mr. Beast level money, I don't think that you could really do that, at least not, and not have somebody blab about it, right? Sure, I think we can argue freak coincidence. I think that maybe you can argue statistics to a degree because, X amount of people within an area, some people going to be less healthy than others, and or someone, is going to, potential between two houses, maybe a wiring issue, gas leak. I don't know. There's a number of things that you could, that you could look at. I'm sure someone could look at the different emergency responder vehicles and be like, oh, considering that, they had ambulance and we had these other, this is what I'm expecting happened, right? But maybe an altercation or something. But I don't know. That's one of those that's definitely, sure, if you want to call this a hoax, if you want to call this fake, that's fine, I guess. But how do you answer the question, how do you fake this? How do you answer the question, sure, if you wanted to be the most correct about this, which would kill retention time for the video, let's be real, you would have the full drive, right? You would have the full drive. You look around like, hey, look, there's nothing creepy happening, and then you drive to the spot, and then it's that way you don't, well, this is a couple streets over, and I thought I saw something go that way, and then they maybe manually move the GPS pin. Do you know how much work that would be? At least to me, that would be a lot of work, right? And for what payoff, right? What payoff would there be? Versus potentially just irreparably damaging your brand because you faked an entire incident, right? That's the thing, right? When we have to think critically on both sides of this. We have to think critically as a skeptic, and we have to think critically as a believer. And I think that's a fair kind of thought process to go through.
Literally right here, and I can't even believe it.
This fire truck now.
Yep, look, it's gonna turn left. Look, it's gonna turn left. It's gonna turn left.
Gas leak, maybe?
Look at that. Look at it's going exactly where the pinpoint was. Dude, this is weird, freaky stuff. We're just gonna drive past it one more time.
Oh my god.
Look at that shit.
Oh, look at they got the...
They got the road. Yeah, okay.
Oh, fuck. That's
what the hell?
That's a not small incident.
So I think it's safe to say that we did encounter some unexplainable occurrences when we were out there. I mean, the coordinates that it sent us to were right in between two houses, and as soon as we pulled up, ambulances and fire trucks just showed up out of literally nowhere. I guess in my mind, it just doesn't make any sense how that could have happened.
No.
Now, I want to note that I've been searching all over to try and figure out what actually happened at these houses, but there's been nothing in the news about it, so I'm hoping that maybe whatever happened wasn't too bad. However, I did see in the obituaries that someone actually passed away in that same neighborhood on that same exact day. So maybe it's just a coincidence, but honestly, you never know. And I think back to when I set my intention and when I jokingly said blood.
Okay, no, let's do blood. Let's do blood.
Blood?
I don't know. It just makes me question.
I was about to say, before happiness, what was the word?
A lot of things. But you guys know me, I'm a very skeptical person. So after our first time using the app, we decided to give it another try later that night, just to see if we'd experience something similar.
This will be the ultimate test here, I feel like. Because we got something unexplainable the first time, and if it happens more than once, then it's gonna tell us a lot. So
what is it? 1 is chance, 2 is coincidence, 3 is a pattern.
for this one, I want to do something darker. I think we should do...
Darker?
Yeah, darker. Don't you think?
I mean, shit, I guess.
I mean, for the video's sake. I feel like it fits this channel. So
it does.
I think it should be...
Abandoned luggage. Yeah.
What do you think? You don't like that idea?
We're gonna die now.
Okay, after last time...
That's how you have, so some mystery hitchhiker with a tire iron just be like, you're going to give me a ride and you're going to like it. Bro.
I feel weird saying that, but I think that's what it's going to be. Death is my intention. Not for us, but we'll see. So let's see what we find.
Why can't it ever be like $100,000? Why can't it ever be like... I don't know. Literally anything else. Why can't it be an underground cheese bunker? Why does it have to be the funny D word?
That car's turned off. Hold on, wait. What'd I say? Let's find out.
That's the one.
And that's it. That's the end of the footage. Because on our way to our first location, a car swerved in front of us and literally missed us by like a fraction of a second. It was the scariest, craziest thing that I've ever experienced. It was a straight road where the speed limit was 55, and so I was going about 60, and I'm assuming the other car was as well, and they swerved in front of us and swerved away at the last possible second. And from my point of view, it looked like they missed us by literally inches.
Wild.
And if we had collided head on going that speed, the result would be life-changing, if not life-ending. And our intention was death. I don't know. I've never been someone to believe in something like this, and rationally my brain is telling me that this app is not real, it's not true, but it's like, how do you explain that? Because even if it was just a coincidence, that's what the app is all about, coincidences. So if you decide to use this app, I would just say, be careful. Because with everything I've seen, it really seems like this app has a dark side to it.
Yeah. I wonder if it's still operational. I wonder if you can still download it. Checking the Play Store right now, actually. Dude, so I would do something like this, actually. I would do something like this because as it turns out, I'm an insane person. I'm a crazy person. Obviously though, we have to have a couple conversations when it comes to this, right? Sure, things can be like the dude swerving, right? Like let's be real. Yes, it looks like the logo has changed, but it looks like it's currently available on the. I'm gonna go install that. Yeah, no, it looks like it's currently available. Kip face reveal stream when, right? You have fun with that, he says. No. I have to find the underground cheese bunker. That's what I'm manifesting, right? So there's a couple things we can pull from this. One, always make sure you're aware. Always make sure that you are, being safe, especially when you're dealing with things that you don't know. Like if you come across, like, I don't know, a random cooler in the middle of a road, right? Like you're say on a hiking trail or something. Don't open it. Just report it. Say, look, this didn't feel right. Could be nothing, but I just wanted to make sure somebody knew. Also, be sure to be respectful as well. Like if you're gonna do like Randonautica stat, it's no longer the sideways owl. It's kind of like this little like owl pin hybrid kind of thing, which is actually kind of cool. It's just one of those. You make sure you're being professional as well, right? If you see something like a body, if you see something like someone. Or a tragic incident. Like, don't be a jerk about it. Don't be like in their face, Jack Doherty camera style. Make sure that you're being respectful about it, and also and I think the third as well. Whether you believe in manifestations or not, whether you believe in putting what you want out into the world, I think the thing we have to remember is even if it's all BS, even if it's all bullcrap, right? Even if it's bogus. Why would you want to put that out into the world, right? It's kind of like the concept of, don't walk under ladders, right? That's several years bad luck, right? Okay, but what if you don't believe in bad luck? Why would you still walk under the ladder, right? Why would you still break the mirror, right? Like, sure, defiance, I guess. The Lamau world ain't gonna tell me what to do. Sure, I can respect that. I can respect that attitude, but like. Why would you walk under a ladder, especially if there's the propensity for maybe you remove the ladder out when someone's about to step on it, right? And you cause someone to fall because of that. Or you go into the ladder and, a shingle on the roof, someone's working on the roof, falls and hits you, right? Maybe there's some rust on it and it scrapes you, right? Why? The question you have to ask is why. Not necessarily, why shouldn't I do this? But like, okay, if this is what's being said, you take in all aspects of it, good, bad, neutral, right? You ask, okay, why? Why would you want to look for the funny D word? Why would you just not say, I would like to find money? Oh, hi, that's a loan shark's office. Oh, that was a cool little trip. Ha ha he he, right? Like, be safe. Be safe out there. Make sure you're being proper and professional. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, looking out for yourself. And especially if you like the light situation, you find yourself in a very bad situation, right? Like the one where there's lights coming at you. Make sure that you're protecting yourself. Make sure you're being aware. Make sure you're being safe. And ultimately, let me know if you'd be into some kind of vlog series. I feel like this could go places. I feel like this could be funny. But thank you. I appreciate this, Nick Crowley. And I also appreciate the filming. I hope you're okay. Obviously, seems like he was okay. 4 years later, he's still doing some stuff. And this definitely feels like peak virus pandemic stuff, right? But be safe out there. Make sure you're being careful. And I'll see you in the next one.